We have a return sponsor, MGTOWs Guide to Retiring on 200,000 in Southeast Asia. It's written by Luca Vendetti. I want to go through his story because all I did was go through the table of contents before, which is very thorough, by the way, and I know it's $49 for those of you who are going overseas. Realize that when you travel, even here in the United States, because of gas and rent and lodging and all that, it's worth buying these books to save yourself a little bit of money. And so this is Luca's story. In my 20s, I had a living girlfriend whom I worshipped like a typical blue pill simp. Unfortunately, the only thing she worshipped was the money I was bringing home with me. Although I never had definitive proof, in retrospect, I had suspected she may have also worshipped Chad and Tyrone's schlong. A favorite pastime of hers was spending all my earnings as quickly as she could so that she could impress her family and friends. I upped the pace, running as fast as I could, as fast as I could on my hamster wheel, trying to keep up with her needs. Unfortunately, the faster I got promoted and got into positions I had no interest in, the more ways she found to spend that extra cash. Eventually, I just couldn't stop hearing Tyler Durden whispering in my ear about working a job I hate so I could buy crap I don't need to impress people I don't like. Except in my case, my ex was the one doing all the buying. Soon enough, my ex discovered a new hobby besides spending all my money, constantly nagging about getting married and having kids. I was initially lukewarm to the... Lukewarm! Lukewarm! I'd be like, get the fuck out of here. But as I started considering the possible implications, I stumbled upon the term MGTOW. I was very much intrigued and started binging on the content like an addict who spent too many days without his fix. Eventually, the lights started to come on in my head, and I was beginning to see things for what they were. I knew I needed to get cut loose of my ex as quickly as possible. Unfortunately, she made this unnecessarily difficult and refused to pack up and leave from the place I've been renting and paying the bills for a long time before she moved in. There are girls out there just view you as a meal ticket, guys. I ended up paying for the remainder of the contract and packing up and leaving myself. I wanted a fresh start, so I quit the job that I hated but had only sustained for the sake of sustaining my ex's lifestyle. Unfortunately, I had virtually no cash left, so I went to live at my parents'. After some time getting my head on straight and consuming more red pill content to wake me up from the blue pill coma I'd sunk myself into the previous years, I started a new path, doing freelance work and living a minimalist lifestyle. As it became clear to me that the U.S. and West in general had become a feminazi haven full of entitled women, I knew I wanted to get out of there and regain my sense of freedom. I started researching my options and determined that Southeast Asia might be the answer for me, as it hadn't gotten fully taken over by the feminist virus just yet. And it provided very low cost of living, which meant I could potentially save enough money to be financially independent living there. Now that I had gone MGTOW and was no longer wasting my money on chasing chicks or maintaining a relationship, I knew my financial freedom was well within my reach. I went on a long, goal-driven trip to Southeast Asia, got a taste for the different countries in the region and what each entailed in terms of visas, banking, housing, food, entertainment, language, lifestyle. That's why I had no problem advertising this. You're going to get your money back minimum. This is the same argument I make about reconnaissance, man. You're going to save, first day of gas, you're going to save the price of the book. In the process, I discovered high-yield bank deposit accounts that many other older expats had been capitalizing on for a long time as a form of pension of sorts. I did the math and figured out that if I hit $200,000 in savings, I could then put the money in these accounts and would get paid enough in interest to live fairly comfortably over there, and could even do it in a way that keeps up with inflation. With $200,000 of financial freedom as my goal, I lived a minimalist lifestyle and I worked as hard as I could so that I could save. All the hard work paid off by the time I was 33, when I finally made the permanent move to Southeast Asia and turned my savings into a monthly passive income, giving me financial independence and the sense of freedom I've been craving for so long. Now I enjoy a simple life, but very comfortable life where I look forward to waking up each day and pursuing whatever endeavors I find myself most inclined towards. One such endeavor has been to write a book for other MGTOW men, detailing how they can achieve financial independence in Southeast Asia on $200,000 of savings, just as I had done. This was the fruit of much discipline, research, and experimentation around the region until I cracked the puzzle. The information in the book had changed my life, and I genuinely believe it can significantly help other MGTOW men on their path towards freedom, independence, and self-actualization. I'm going to say, Luca, that's some really good writing, because everyone knows what a fan I am of paragraphs, but that's very well written, because I don't really read other people's books unless I'm paid an egregious sum. But I do like, for those of you who are going to go to Southeast Asia or looking at, heck, even if you just want to travel, this is something to take a read through on the plane out there. So when you get there, you might have like a little bit of a little submission, a business mission to go around and look at some banks. So there you go. You can go to MGTOWbooks.com, get Luca's book there. I'll provide the links down below. And if you'd like to advertise on Cappy the Horror 4, shoot the old captain an email. We'll see you guys later. Toodles.